What's happening, everyone? Welcome to GBALL Vision. I hope you are doing awesome today. We are going to be talking about some phenomenal knives that are affordable and they are for everyone. And a knife that I consider for everyone has a few things. It has multi-deployment options. It has an easily accessible lock or is easily disengaged so that it can be closed, and it is also a very safe knife when opening and closing it. So to start us off, we have the SOG Terminus XR here, and I consider this a very beginner friendly knife. Someone who has hand issues or dexterity issues, someone who might be elderly and just isn't as agile as they once were. I think this is a perfect example of a knife that can be for anyone and everyone. Now, in this case of the SOG Terminus XR, you have dual thumb studs and a flipper tab. Very easy to deploy this knife. As long as you can move your thumb a little bit, you can flick it out with the one stud. If you're just a newbie, but you're young and agile and have dexterity, you can also use the middle finger to flick it out on the clip side. You can use the flipper tab if you have hand issues or you're elderly. Easily push that out and the blade just comes flying out. You have a nice useful drop point blade here coming in Cryo D2. It is a stonewash drop point blade. It's going to basically be able to do anything that you need a folding pocket knife to do. In this case, you have a crossbar lock, which SOG calls the XR lock. And I love this lock for many reasons. It's very strong, it's very user friendly, and it keeps you from putting your fingers in the pathway of the blade. For instance, if you have a frame lock, you have to put your thumb in the path of the blade in order to disengage it. Even if you move your finger, you're still in the pathway of the blade in a sense. With the XR lock or crossbar lock, you are out of the way the whole time. There's no safety issues, no safety concerns. And as far as deploying it, it's smooth, it's easy. You can even just pinch it out with two hands, very smooth. Certain knives, you could slow roll it out. This one kind of has a jumpy spring, but it can still be slow rolled out. I think the Terminus XR is a great overall user-friendly knife and could be for just about anyone. You have a nice ultra deep carry pocket clip there. The SOG Terminus XR, I think it comes in under 50 bucks. This is definitely a great little folding pocket knife. You have these FRN G10 handles. Very well done from SOG, and I hope they continue this trend. Let's check out some more. So this is a semi-newer CJRB Pyrite Wharncliffe, and this is going to also be very user-friendly. You can thumb roll this guy out nice and smooth. You can thumb flick it out, reverse flick it out. You can pinch it out with two hands. So it's going to be very user friendly in your opening methods. You can just pull it out like that, cut, and then put it away. This is going to be our first button lock. And I love a button lock for this reason, for a beginner or someone who might have issues with their hands, because it allows you to just push a button and that blade is going to fall closed every time. There's no doubt about it. Most button locks, you push it down and it's going to close very easily. Very intuitive, and it keeps your fingers out of the path of that closing blade. Your hand is up here, you get done with your cut, you push that button, and bam, the knife is closed and you are done. It does come with a rollover steel clip. This is a milled tie clip that I put on here, Both are very functional. This is aesthetically better in my opinion, but not needed. The CJRB, Pyrite, Wharncliffe, you have a beautiful, useful Wharncliffe blade in ARPM9 steel. You have steel handles that are going to be very durable, very strong. They give you a nice solid feel in hand. I love the Pyrite for a beginner or someone who might have issues with their hands. Let's go ahead and check out another one. Here we have another crossbar lock. This is the Bestech Slasher. This is a more affordable knife. Comes in right around between $50 and $70. It depends on where and when. These are right around $60 if I didn't say. But you have a nice, useful D2 blade here, coated, so your corrosion issues are going to be pretty much you're not going to have an issue with corrosion. D2 is a tough steel. It'll hold an edge for a decent amount of time. And you have dual thumb studs plus your crossbar lock. You can easily slow roll this guy out. You can thumb flick it out, reverse flick it out, and then you can also use that crossbar lock. Very easy, very intuitive. The action is great on this knife. As soon as you pull that crossbar lock down, it is closing, no problem. Your fingers are not in the path of the blade. Now, I want to clear this up before we go any further. You can still have a very safe knife that's a frame lock, a bolster lock, a liner lock knife. I'm just showing some very safe alternatives right now, but there will be some other locking mechanisms in this video and future videos. You have some very well done micarta handles. You have the Bestech B there, looks very well done. This is a great little user knife, and I think this could be for just about anyone. You do have a deep carry rollover steel clip here. The crossbar lock that Bestech does is very good. You can hold it basically straight up and it'll fall closed. You can hold it sideways and it typically falls closed. I'm holding it straight and it still closes. So it is very good, very safe. Love the Bestech Slasher. Let's go ahead and check out another one. Here's where I bring out the tried and true Buck 110. Very safe, very user friendly. Backlocks have been around forever. Buck 110s have been around forever. This is a great pocket knife. And this one in particular has a pocket clip. You have micarta for your handles, dual thumb studs, great S30V steel. And with this one, you are still not going to really be putting your fingers in the pathway of the blade, depending on how you unlock it, but it's going to be very safe. It's not going to fall shut on your fingers. And this is a great example of a slow roll. Not really meant to flick it out or anything like that. You're going to get caught up by this backlock. It can be done if you really fling it out, but for all intents and purposes, that's not what this video is for. And then you can obviously grab it with two hands and just pull that nice long blade out. You can grab it by the thumb studs and pull it out. You can kind of push it out with your middle finger and then grab the spine of the blade, pull it open, make your cut, push that backlock in, nice and smooth. The backlock is one of the strongest locks there is. The Buck 110 has been around forever, and it'll continue a long, long time after we are all gone, still being around. The Buck 110 is tried and true. Love the Buck 110. Let's check out another one. So we have our first liner lock of the video. This is the Kershaw Blur. It is USA made. I have really fallen in love with this knife. It is a newer knife to me. It's not a new knife though, but it is USA made. You're getting 14C 28N steel. It's been coated, so you have good toughness. You'll have good corrosion resistance with that coating. The edge retention is going to be very good. 14C gets a nice, strong, toothy edge to it. The thumb studs are absolutely amazing. I love how they did these. You can really get a good purchase on them and flick it out. They're not your standard studs. They're kind of like a half stud, but they work very well. Now, the reason I really like this one for a beginner or for someone that might have issues with their hands, this is an assisted knife. So as soon as you push on that stud, it's flying out. You will not have an issue trying to get this open. As long as you can even just push up a little bit, it's going to fly right out. I'm barely moving my thumb. So as long as you can move your hand, you can deploy this knife. And the other thing I like about it is, yes, it's a liner lock, but it's not going to fall shut on your hand. That's as far as it'll go. You have to close it the rest of the way because of that assist. Now, that makes this very safe. You can close it to here and see the resistance. It is not going to close on your finger until you close it with both hands or with one hand if you have the dexterity. But the opening action is incredible on this thing. You have aluminum handles, good access to that liner with some jimping. The Kershaw Blur, even though I'm not the biggest fan of assisted knives, I really like this knife. I'm going to be testing this out for quite a while and seeing what it's capable of, because I think this could be an awesome EDC and work knife. Love the Kershaw Blur. Going to be a nice, safe, friendly option for a newbie or someone with hand issues. Let's go ahead and check out another one. Next up, we have the Civivi Chevalier. Now, I think this is a perfect starter knife. They are very affordable, right around 70 bucks. The Kershaw Blur, because it's USA made, those are going to be 70, 80 bucks as well. But with this Civivi Chevalier, you're getting a very useful sheep's foot blade. Nice and thin, nice and slicey. 14C 28N on the blade steel, which I cannot show you because it is way too small. But you have good steel, good action. This is a button lock. You have a flipper tab. You have a long pull, so you can easily reverse flick it out. You can thumb flick it out. You can even slow roll it out. You can pinch it out. You can pinch it out like that with one hand, flip it out. It does not matter. Very easy. You can use the button to deploy it as well, and it's going to give you that finger safe closing action all day, every day. Great little knife. This will fill up the hand. Very ergonomic, very comfortable. You have a deep carry pocket clip here that is reversible. Very well done from Civivi. This is one of their better budget button locks, and I think they nailed this design, coming in right around 60 to 70 bucks depending. But for that, you're going to be getting a great knife that'll last a long, long time. That is the Civivi Chevalier. That'll wrap it up, guys. If you want to check out more videos, you can click here or here. If you are here and you are not subscribed, click that big old GBALL Vision logo right there in the center of your screen. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Otherwise, guys, I will catch you on the next one.